Hi, my name is Ilya, and I just wanted to talk to you about what we do at this strange Latvian company called Gamechanger Audio. So this is our first time hanging out at Superbooth, and actually, kind of this year is our first year, like in the synthesizer arena in general. We are actually we started out as a guitar pedal company. And this pedal right here, this one with the big piano thing, it's called the Plus pedal. And that is what got us started about 4 years ago. So we invented this kind of strange looping device that could be used together with an electric guitar to imitate the natural sustain of an acoustic piano. But today I'll try to show you how this can be applied to synth as well. And well, this pedal here was kind of popular online instantly because of how different it looks. And also, we actually, that was not an accident. We tried to make it very different and very interesting. And we also named the company Gamechanger Audio. So after we learned everything that there is to learn about manufacturing things and putting them to market, we successfully launched this pedal here. And then we started thinking, okay, we have this cool name, Gamechanger Audio, and we have one pedal that's in production. And then we kind of needed to keep, living up to that name. So we came out with this pedal here. It's called the Plasma Distortion Unit, Plasma pedal. We came out with this at 2018. So I'll show that later as well. So this is a audio distortion device that creates the sound by expressing signal as 3.5 thousand volt electrical discharge. So this is somewhere between a Tesla, like stun gun, Tesla coil, and guitar pedal. And well, we've had some success with these two pedals in the guitar markets, like at NAMM shows and stuff like that. But this thing here, this is why we came over to Berlin, and this is called the motor synthesizer. So again, simply trying to live up to the name Gamechanger Audio, we decided that we want to try and build something that is just by its engineering point of view, just different by design, different by the way it produces sound. So. The first inspiration was there's a solo on a Nick Cave song somewhere where instead of a guitar solo he just goes nuts on a Bosch handheld drill like that. So that actually was a really, really good guitar solo in my opinion and in our opinion. And so we tried to maybe think about some kind of way to play with drills. And then one thing led to another, and here we are about 1 year later in development. This is a box that contains 8 electromotors. We started out with drill motors, and then we gradually evolved the idea towards flying drone motors. So these are the type of motors that you find in those little annoying planes with cameras. We are using a digital controller to control the speed of the rotation of the motor. So here's going to be a very simple example. So I'm pressing a key. Let's say it's here, right? So I don't know how clear you can see that on the screen, but there's an oscillator there as well. Right. So it's like all of these motors, they're spinning in a bypass kind of speed. And then the digital controller assigns this note C to one of the motors, and it starts to spin at an according speed to represent that note. Now I'm going to jump 1 octave down. And I'm going to just sweep through the octaves. Right? right? So, we kind of thought that we can do something with the sound, so we added all this other stuff, right? But the basic idea is based on two types of signal synthesis. So what you heard right now was a version of a sine wave. It's an optical sine wave. So the discs that are spinning attached on the motors, they have this really funky kind of like paint job on them, if you can see that. So this is not kind of like trippy graphics. This is actually this is a graphical representation of different types of waves. So, for example, the outside layer of this disc, it has a gradient that goes from dark to transparent, like this in such a curve. And therefore, if I shine a laser of infrared light, a beam of infrared light, towards that kind of area, that sector of the disk, and then collect the reflection of that, I'm going to get increasingly like higher and lower repetitive kind of levels of light reflected from disks. And that's how you generate a sine wave. And then the frequency of the sine wave depends on the speed of the motor's rotation, right? So as this disk begins spinning, we're shining a laser beam like a infrared beam here, right? And then by controlling the speed, we control the frequency of the note. So the synth comes preloaded with 3 optical wave shapes that are all printed on these disks. So the next, moving inwards into the disk, we can see we have a sawtooth wave. Right? So that's an analog optical saw wave, and now it's an even square wave. And then finally, well, by the way, the number of these waves, the optical wave shapes, is completely arbitrary. We might add more later. This is the first iteration of this product, so we think 3 waves is enough stuff to do for about for a few years of just experimenting with, and then we have this fourth section here on this knob that just goes to a little letter M. So this is a different way of generating signal. This is a signal created by harvesting the magnetic energy that surrounds the motor as it's spinning. So, inside of the electromotor, there are coils, and as the coils rotate, they create fluctuations in the magnetic field. So that's a pretty interesting, unique signal that is very unpredictable. So right now it's here, right? And here's me just messing around with the EQ. So because the signal is being extracted from the magnetic field, it's kind of limitless as to the range of like EQ like range is pretty crazy. Right. So that's just the basic idea. So there are 2 ways that we are harvesting sound from these motors, and also we can apply like some standard synth stuff, I guess, to it. So this synthesizer here, it features cross modulation. So in general, we have 8 motors. The 8 motors, they make it possible to create 4-voice true analog, true polyphony with 2 VCOs or VCMs in this case per key. So oscillators and motors in this, we kind of thought it's the same idea. So we have two voice per key, four-note polyphonic analog system here, that comes out of these eight-motor configuration. Then we can control the envelope for each voice, as well as the acceleration and slowing down curve for each note. For example, we've heard these like little samples with fast acceleration. Right? The same goes if I play here. Or we can make it really slow. Right? And then we can have a separate kind of portamento glide for both of these, both voices. Right? Or we can press one button and sing them. Right now I'm playing this instrument in mono mode, but I can switch it to polyphonic and play a chord with motors. That's a pretty powerful sound. What do you guys think? What do you think of this? Like, I don't know, because I warned you in the beginning. We are a guitar pedal company. Like we started out like that, and now we're in the synth world, and we really just hope it sounds good to you guys, like this instrument. We think it sounds really cool. So I'm gonna just run through some other features. Like so the instrument comes kind of ready to play out of the box. We have this really strange configuration of 8 buttons and 4 spinny things. This is the system that we really kind of wanted to implement, because we think it's important to kind of just be able to mess around, exploring the kind of the free nature of those motors. So the spinny things let you just randomly sweep through frequencies. For example, if you like this combination, let's put it into a sequence. 1 second. So we think it sounds pretty cool. Again, we hope you do as well. So I'm going to change some wave shapes and some just octaves scale. And now let's go really fast. now let's put on some distortion and filter stuff and all that good stuff. Some cross modulation as well. And now, while the sequence is going, I can still use the spinny things to randomly increase the notes. This is how the instrument sounds by itself, by the way. So yeah, it really is analog. Wow. All right. You have any questions? I just wanted to show you a few things with this thing and also our previous pedal, which is the previous release, the plasma pedal. It's really popular among guitarists, but let's face it, like guitar just goes and that's it. I think this drive really works well with synthesizers. So maybe we can show you some. I'm going to build up a different type of sequence. So here's a sequence by itself. So here's the 3000 volts I was telling you about. So right now I'm blending all the way like to my dry signal, and here is what happens if I decrease the voltage. Okay, thank you. So this is a really crazy box, and we launched this box today at Superbooth, just so you know. And we can come and check us out. We're on the second mini floor somewhere there. So yeah, come and have a go at it. We're going to be here at your service. Just find some dudes with suits, and we'll help you out. All right, thanks a lot, everybody. Cheers.